Hello, how are you today? This is Jilly Bling. I have another project using Jar of Flowers stamp set and punch. Here's the punch right here. And a few days ago we did spring and summer, and today I did fall. And then also, because the shaker jars for this size are no longer available, you can get them for the message in a bottle in the annual catalog, page 16. This is another stamp set with bottles and shaker domes and a punch. So you could get the same effect using this stamp set. But you can also do a card without a shaker dome, just using the stems in any of the bouquets. And that's what this one is. Very cute, very sweet, very fun fall. Here's a fall using the shaker dome. So I want to do a shaker dome for Christmas. So these are roses, and I'm thinking if you color them very red, they can kind of lean a little bit toward Christmas because we have all the other seasons. So that's today's project. Okay, so let's start out with the base paper, which is Evening Evergreen. Tony just made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was so good, but I keep feeling sticky everywhere. So you cut your paper to 5.5 by 7 and score it at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Okay. Four and a quarter. And then this is for decorating. We'll use a shaker dome, and actually we'll use one as a scoop, and I'll show you what that's all about here in just a minute. And we're going to use effervescent elements, which is just these tiny little beads. They're a lot of fun. Okay, what else? Embossing folder, embellishments, all kinds of good stuff over here. So let's start out with what pieces are what. Those go there. These go here. And this designer paper is the poinsettia paper. It's beautiful. Did I put the pack away? Here it is. I put the package away. Imagine that. It's in the mini catalog, and it is on page 25. And I keep using this paper over and over. I love this paper. But look how pretty this paper is. So the little stripes, that's this one. And the evergreen trees is this one. First one and last one. And that is called, let's see, page 25. It is Boughs of Holly, 12 by 12 designer paper. So let's see what we have. That's for, this goes here, this goes here. That's for the, and I'll put all the paper cut sizes on my blog. And my blog is jillybling.com, and I'll do that within the next few days. So this, I know, just gets layered. A little bit of white behind it to make it stand out. And then, that's the white. No stamping required on that. So stick this down, and then we'll get to making the jar, the shaker. I had to look all over trying to figure out how do you do this shaker most effectively. And I watched a lot of people and they take forever. I'm going to try not to do that. Okay, so that is how this is going to go. This will go on the top. And you know, on this one I had a piece of navy paper back behind it. I should have a piece of evergreen. Hold on. Oh my gosh, what if I didn't cut that? That's no fun. Hold on. Well, nothing ever goes as planned, huh? So I'm going to do it really fast. Sorry about that. Base paper, inside white, designer paper, white top layer, color on top is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Hold on. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, well, we remedied that. Okay, so back to where we were. This is going to go right under here, there, and there. So to start out, let's take this piece of white paper and we're going to stamp the bottle on it, the jar. So here's the jar, which is right here, and I'm going to stamp it a little bit low on the paper, but not too low. And I say that because on the others that I did, I had a little bit of room and I wished I did it down lower so the flowers weren't way up here. So this time I did stamp it down low, but look at the jar. It was like really close. So you want it at least this much above the edge of the paper. Memento jar right in the middle. Okay, and then let's put the stems in here. Those go way up to the top. Okay, and I could color those now or I could color them after I cut it out. But before I punch this, well, you know what, let me punch it now. And then I want to put, I found a stamp set that has these little snowflakes on it. And I want to put those on. So punch it out. And that's because I don't want the snowflakes on my jar. Okay. And the snowflakes, so any snowflakes you have is good. Or if you happen to have lots to celebrate, there's cute little snowflakes in there. Ooh, those could be put in the jar. Very cute. Snowflakes. See, this is going to make it seem Christmassy and festive. Sometimes I get carried away and I put too much on. Then it's like it's just really busy. Like that's kind of busy, but it's cute. Pool party. Pool party snowflakes. So now I'm going to take this and put it into Wintry embossing folder, which has snowflakes on it. Run this through, and I'm going to color my stems. Okay, so there it is. And I'll stamp my bouquet in Memento and the roses. Okay, and I'm going to color this in and fussy cut it. And the colors I used are cherry, poppy, petal, olive, and succulent. Oh, and I saw this on Pinterest. Secrets to Stamping made this design, this layout. Thank you, Secrets to Stamping. At the bottom of your little bouquet, cut it a bit close to the edge, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. This is going to sit right on top of the bottle, and you really don't want that little white edge. Okay, so now we have our paper. That first, it was stamped, the jar was stamped, the stems were stamped. You could color it in before or after. Snowflake stamped and then textured. Okay, so now let's do our little our shaker dome card. So I'm going to start by removing the adhesive on the top. So there's adhesive right here, and there's also adhesive in here. Put this right over. Oh, this one I did close to the bottom too. Yeah, it's really like I could kind of see it. If necessary, you might need to trim it. Just a little bit. Okay, so now the shaker dome is on there. I haven't opened up this part yet. And next I'm going to put some of these little elements, effervescent elements. And you could take some and dump it, but I find it's a little bit more control if you just pick up some. And you don't need too much. See how much I put in there? That might even be more than what I planned. And I say that because this one is perfect. It goes to right about here. If you put in too much, it doesn't shake much, and you cover up your stems and the inside of the jar. That one's good too. In the past, I've put too much stuff in because I always think more is better, and it kind of ruins it. So just beware. So now that I have these little elements in here, I'm going to remove this adhesive piece. So now this is sticky. And I'm going to set the jar on here, which is easily said. Maybe I'll get it right away. Almost. And, oh, right there, right there. And if you don't get it perfectly lined up, like I see a gap over here, it's okay. Don't worry about that. And a piece of vellum, and you could use any paper that you have if you have white paper, but just not something very different than what this paper is. If you put black paper in here, you would see that little ridge. But if you put white paper or like the vellum, which is clear, you don't see it. Okay, give it a good smush because I don't want those little elements coming out. Okay, and then, okay, I could be smart about this. I will put adhesive on here, and the shaker dome part is complete. Oh, it's hard to see on the black. Okay, there it is. And the flowers are going to go right here. So remember how I said to make sure to cut really close along the bottom edge of the bouquet? And that's just because if you had a white border, you wouldn't be able to get the flowers quite as close. That's cute with the snowflakes. So, dimensionals. Well, you know what though? What kind of ribbon? I'll just do a bow. I think on one of them, right at this point, before you attach this, which one? This one here, you can hardly tell, but I wrapped the twine around here a few times and then just set it right on top so it looked like the band was going around. But I think just putting a bow on here will be good this time. So here is my Evening Evergreen open weave ribbon. So I'll make a, how about a double bow? You know what, I wanted to try something. This is getting kind of fancy. What happened here? There's all kinds of open ends. Okay, so I'm going to treat these like they're one. Double bow. Okay, it's a little tricky. Tricky to keep track of both pieces. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. I did. Oot, oot. Boy, after all that, I hope it comes out okay. Okay, whenever I do a double bow, I cut off the circulation in my fingers. Okay, there we go. Boy, I hope this looks good after all that. Should it just be the green? So on the inside of this one, on the inside of the others, one of them I did the bouquet like 3 times. There was a lot of coloring. And on the fall ones, I did sunflowers from, what is that set? Celebrate Sunflowers. And those, it's perfect. And then I stamped over the white right over the top of the designer paper. This one, this little sunflower is this sunflower that I cut out, and then I used the leaves from these leaves right here. Know that you are loved. Okay, so let's see which looks best. I think just the green. Try to be fancy. Okay, so I will put that on with a glue dot. Right there. And then I always like to follow it up with glue, just because I don't want it coming off. That'd be terrible. Just a little bit of glue. Then I'll trim up those ribbon ends. That one looks good. Okay, let's see where we are on this project. The flowers definitely stand out. Okay, so I will attach this. I'm going to put it on with dimensionals. So, 3 of them here. And 3 of them right here. 6 dimensionals. And I'm going to get this lined up, only because I'm going to line up the front here. Oh, I'm liking this. Okay. Then let's work on the inside. You know, I had planned on embellishing that with these, but I don't know that I have any gold on here. Well, how about iridescent pearls? Those are my favorite lately, because then they'll kind of look like snowflakes. So I'll do one big one. Oh, I like that. Oh, and it looks like the little beads in there too. 1, 2, and a third one. Yeah. Okay, so onto the inside. So the inside, with this piece of designer paper going right here, there's not that much room to stamp. But instead of doing the these flowers, and I would just be able to put them right down here, I think these flowers are very similar. So I'm going to kind of put them over here a bit. And, oh, I have good words too. Very best occasion. This is in the mini catalog. With a little more sparkle and a little less stress, let's make Christmas the very best. I love that. May your days be happy, your heart be light, and your Christmas be merry and bright. Happy New Year. I don't know that that will fit on here, so I'm going to try to do the sparkle, because I like sparkle. Oh, it's a little bit bigger. I always forget about that. Oh, maybe not. Sparkle. Boy, I hope this fits. Oh, it's going to fit. Okay. Okay, in Memento. And because this is, well, hold on. Because this is rubber, I don't need the mat. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. That's really cute. You could still read it. Okay, and then I'm going to put some of these little roses down here. And I'm going to mask them. I have a mask. Usually I mask. So, start out with this one. Right there. Then mask it. Maybe I'll save that for some leaves. Okay, that's good. So now to color it, I want to color it similar to these colors. And you wouldn't believe, but those flowers have 4 different reds on them. So this is a little confusing, so I'm going to start out by coloring the leaves. Because what I'm looking here is like, what is leaves, what isn't leaves? So green leaves, one leaf, and two leaves. That's olive. This is olive light. To fill in the rest of it. It's like there's no veins in here. Oh, speaking of being in need of a black vein or something, I have something to show you. Now wait till I finish these leaves and then I'll show you. So when I was doing the bouquet, the stems provided in the stamp set didn't really match up with the bouquet. Here, I have a good example. And then I'll show you how I fixed it. And then I'll put some veins in my leaves. Okay, so that is good enough. Okay, so right here, the springtime, look how they don't match up. So because there's a ribbon or there's something over there, you can always just kind of add on to this and make them look like it matches up a bit better. And if you want veins in your leaves, after you get done coloring it, because this is pretty much the same as a blend, it's like alcohol based. Not the best on that one. I like the other ones, but that's okay. Well, maybe I can lighten it a bit. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. I think that helped though. Okay, so now for the flowers. I'm going to start with, like I said, there's 4 colors in there. I'm going to start with the darkest and go from where the flower comes out of the flower bud. That gets the darkest color. And then when they come out closer to the edge, those are either sun-kissed or they're kind of lightened up just by air, oxygen. That's my theory on it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going to go with it. So right now, Cherry Cobbler Dark. I think I've colored this flower a whole lot of times because somehow I know what all these little things are. Very pretty. It's a very pretty flower. Roses are good for Christmas, right? I'd love to receive roses anytime. I'm not sure what these things are over here. So it's this one. Oh, that is, this part is rolling outward. And that's the underneath. Okay, that's good. So that's Cherry Cobbler Dark. I'm going to do Cherry Cobbler Light, saving room for Poppy Parade. And just a little bit of room for Poppy Parade, not too much, because I want these to be a nice, rich, dark. Kind of forgot to do the inside of that one. going to do all the inside a heavier color. So I have no stories to tell today. Just a regular weekend day. It's nice to be home in my room. I have such a lineup of stuff that I plan on using. I even set out which stamp sets for which month's projects and upcoming project boxes, stamp sets. That was good. That was good to do. I have a plan. Okay. It's almost time for Poppy Parade. You're like, that's really orange, but that's going to be like the highlight. The light spot on the petal. Okay, you ready? Poppy Parade Dark. See, it doesn't look so bad there, huh? It just looks like a nice, bright, vibrant, alive flower. I think this needs more cherry light because I want just a little bit of the Poppy Parade Dark. So these projects, I think if you like coloring, it's a good project for you. If you don't like coloring, you could get away with not doing too much coloring. Oh, I still have the words to kind of embellish with colors. Should probably just open the other end. Sure does look good, all that coloring though. Do you think people who get our cards, do you think they appreciate all this? Okay, so berries. And I'll put a hint of dark in them, just a little bit, down at the bottom. And then olive for the holly. I like those words. And this one, just a hint of green. Okay. Look at that. I think we're on the way to having Christmas shaker card. Stuff is really sticky. Now that looks good. This one first. Then the trees. I was going to put the poinsettias on here, but I think they conflict with the, this card has roses on it. Look at that. Shaker card. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.